Hey Staten Island, this is HealthWish, a conversation about the state of healthcare in the fabulous 5th borough. Our aim is to raise issues, raise awareness, and raise health. Because when we raise health, we raise everyone. Hey Staten Island, today we're broadcasting from a site that's dear to our hearts. The Staten Island University Hospital Suite at Staten Island University Hospital Community Park. Home of the Staten Island FerryHawks and a whole host of other special events and entertainment that will soon be coming your way. Our special guest is Mr. Gary Perone, who is Executive Vice President and General Manager of the FerryHawks organization, and, spoiler alert, on his way to the Baseball Hall of Fame. Ready to throw out the first pitch? Give a listen.
Hey Staten Island, I'm here at the Staten Island University Hospital Community Park with Gary Perone, who's the Executive Vice President and General Manager of the Staten Island FerryHawks. I couldn't be happier to be here with you.
I couldn't be happy to be with you too, because we thank you and everyone at the hospital for being our partner here at Community Park, and we're so excited about this partnership, so thank you.
Yeah, it's really amazing, and I guess just the idea of bringing baseball back to Staten Island. I would love to hear a little bit about kind of how that came to pass and how did you get involved, because I think it's such an important thing for Staten Island.
Yeah, no, last July we heard that John Ketzimatidis, Eric Shuffler, Randy Levine were looking to bring back baseball to Staten Island. So it was about that time where I started hearing more about it, and people in the community were like, Gary, this is going to happen over here. Would you come over? I'm like, we'll see what happens. So we waited till the end of my season was over, and then had a phone call, and here we are. So I started here November 5th, and because I live in Tottenville, been here 25 years, but to be in a community, to help my community too, rebuild this venue, and with people like yourself, it's going to be amazing.
And I hope most of the people have seen a game here. Is it $1 million view, or is it a once-in-a-lifetime view? I don't know what kind of a view it is, but it's an amazing view.
I think it's a one-of-a-kind view, as I say, but I do agree with other people. It is $1 million view.
Yeah.
No one has this. Any ballpark in the country, this is the prettiest ballpark in the entire country. And I've been around 22 years in this game, but being here with the city skyline in the background, the name Community Park fits so perfectly too. When you think about the city and the 5 boroughs and us here, it's just perfect fit.
The value of a park like this to the community, right? I mean, this is one of the oldest sections of Staten Island. You know, you're right across the street from Borough Hall. And this is a part of Staten Island that we've been trying to redevelop for a very long time. What's the value of something like this to the greater community?
When baseball teams, or they look at like areas to put ballparks, they always go to areas that they want to revitalize. I could say I was in Coney Island for 20 years, and I knew how long it took to rebuild Coney Island. When I'm here on the North Shore, in what I call the downtown district now of Staten Island, I feel the same thing. I think we have a really good opportunity to let everybody understand what is down here now. When you think about from the corridor of like Bay Street into Richmond Terrace, there's so many great restaurants and bars. So what we want to do is we want to capture that. And then we want to build this downtown district, because district is about community. It's about shopping, entertainment, music, festivals, and now we have baseball again. So if we put it all together, I think it should really help out Staten Island a lot. When you have a venue like this here in Staten Island, it's a community park. It really is a community park. I used to say Coney Island was the people's playground. Well, this is Community Park, and this is now Staten Island's playground.
I think I never fully understood this until very recently. So last week, I happened to go to a show at the St. George Theater. So I got there early. I'm gonna go, down the street and just grab a slice of pizza, and I'll wait around. And I couldn't believe how many people were smiling, how many people were spending money.
Yeah.
And just like the halo effect of what it meant on that one day for that community. And the reality is that's 1,800 seats that's open X number of times a week. And I think the impact of that is tremendous.
Yeah.
For a place like this to be open for as many events as you're going to have in the year, the potential impact to this neighborhood is tremendous.
We started hearing more and more recently from the local businesses now. Even the first couple of games we've had, we haven't had the thousands yet, but we're getting there. And as we continue building, the local businesses are thanking us already. Thank you for bringing baseball back. People stop in. I know Ruddy and Dean's across the streets getting some visitors pregame. We have a beautiful, beautiful venue once again here. Well, there's a lot of work that went into this place, and I think that as we continue seeing it, the people will start coming back, and the businesses are going to benefit. That's for sure.
And for us, I think it's a great kind of opportunity for me to talk about how we got involved with this. So from my standpoint, I do believe that baseball is a special thing. My parents grew up in Eastern Europe and actually came here when I was very young, but I didn't grow up being exposed to baseball, right? I mean, my dad, played and watched soccer. right? So if it wasn't the Cosmos or if it wasn't, the Italian soccer league, I wasn't exposed to as a kid. But I remember when I first started going to games by myself, there is something special and something family about baseball, and the whole concept of child to parent, and it's so involved with baseball. It's an important thing. And the reason we wanted to get involved with this really was because of the standpoint of there's so many people on Staten Island that aren't going to get exposed to this, that either aren't going to have the money, that aren't going to have the predilection to go, or aren't going to understand how much fun it is to just sit outside in the sun, grab something to eat, and just watch a bunch of young people try really hard to win a baseball game.
Right.
So for us, we're using this box to give to all of these charities and all of these groups to get this team exposed. But the reality is we really wanted to make this community park.
Right.
And that's how we got here.
It's actually special for the community too, because I think one of the things I've worked on for a very long time was keeping kids on the field playing in all 5 boroughs and the inner cities too. Because the kids who don't have the opportunity to come out or go to the bigger ballparks, when they come here, this is their major leagues when they come here. And working closely together with the community groups, we're going to achieve that together, I believe. And I think our team, our coaching staff, and our players, when we sign players to come to Staten Island, one of the questions was, are you community minded? And we looked at that, and it's a very big thing for us. Everything culminates together.
Yeah, I really believe this is the right time, right group of people, right place. I think it has the opportunity to be something really special.
Me too.
This is a community thing. This is an opportunity for us to really do something special together and to watch something develop. And there's so many examples of this working and working spectacularly. And there's no reason that Staten Island can't support a baseball team. I love saying Staten Island is the same size as St. Louis and Kansas City.
I say all the time, from the Outer Bridge to the Verrazano. We've built the ballpark for the community too. Every section that we built out was named after a neighborhood or a community too. So we want everybody to feel the inclusiveness of being here. And once they come into the park, now it's time for us to put on the show. And we have a lot of great things planned for the summertime, and we're going to keep on doing that.
That brings me to an important question. So Kelsey Whitmore, it's interesting. I've obviously, like most people who've been following the FerryHawks, I've been watching this story, and initially there was a lot of kind of scuttlebutt that this is something that was a publicity stunt. And I think the more I read and hear about this woman, the more I realize this is far from that. This is a kind of a special human being and a special player.
It was back maybe in January. I get a phone call from MLB.com, one of the reporters there, Jonathan Mayo, and he says, "Hey, listen, have you looked into Kelsey Whitmore?" So I started talking to scouts, and I started talking to a bunch of people. She had an opportunity to play at some other league somewhere else, and we heard about it. And then I got on the phone with her, and we spoke for about 2 hours the first time. And you could kind of tell personality. You don't have to meet her in person, but you could hear her over the phone. As we're going back and forth, I told her, I said, "Look, if you could play, we'll invite you to tryouts. If you make the squad, it's on you." I said, "But here's the thing. I'm not here to, you're writing your own story. This is we hashtag it now, her story. No, it's not about promotion. It's not about publicity. We found someone who is a legit baseball player, regardless of gender, who fits perfectly in the clubhouse. But as we got to know her more and more, and the scouts and the parents, she was a perfect fit. And when we talked about her, what she wants to do going forward, because now everybody's going after her, we want to see Kelsey. The other teams are calling me now that they could have group outings to meet with her. She has a great personality. And when you meet her and you talk to her, you kind of sense it. And when we got into the conversation, and it was really, really a hard question too, is, okay, if playing doesn't go all the way, what do you want to do? She goes, I want to be in baseball for my life. I said, then we found the right person. Because there's no other woman who's played baseball to the level she's playing right now. The only other person that baseball equates to anything is Jenny Finch. And so Kelsey and I were just talking about it yesterday. I said, you are now MLB, you're Atlantic League, you're really spearheading this and being a trailblazer. And her thing to me was, I want to make an impact. Whatever I could do to make an impact. So last night we had our first Little League night, and we had the Great Kills Little League here. Felt bad for her last night because she signed probably about 200 autographs after the game. She got swarmed, it was crazy. But it was every girl that came out. So we started talking more and more about her impact and what she could do in Staten Island. We do have a Little League program where we're really reaching out to Little Leagues now, going out to Little Leagues, doing as much as we can, donating money back. So Kelsey and I, we discussed that she's going to do a tour of Staten Island and go to all the Little Leagues, because we realize that all the girls love her because she's a role model, but it's more important for the boys
absolutely
to understand that baseball now is one game. And that if she could be in a clubhouse with 24 other gentlemen, then the little boys on the baseball field in Little League have to understand too that it's okay to play with the girls right now. Edgardo, Nelson, The whole coaching staff, they fell in love with her too, after talking to her, and they wanted her around. Now it was the players. Once you get all the players and you have a roster built out, some of the guys just took on to her immediately. And it's been nice. Every night when we're at the ballpark, we hear we want Kelsey. So she is loved in the clubhouse and now in the community too, which is all she wants. And I'm happy for her.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Next time, we'll explore a few cherished baseball memories and discuss the broader meaning of community at SIUH Community Park. HealthWish wishes to thank our very special guest, Mr. Gary Perone, Executive Vice President and General Manager of the Staten Island FerryHawks. We're interested in your health wish. Contact us at healthwish@northwell.edu. Thanks for joining us. We hope to see you again soon.